The quality of our lives depends on the quality of our habits. Hey, this is me Nivea, and today I'm going to tell you how to develop good habits, how to get rid of the bad habits, how to stick on to the good habits. All this with the help of 3 books: Atomic Habits, The 5 AM Revolution, and The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. All these books gives different ways to develop good habits. So let's go book by book and then see what each book gives us in terms of developing great habits. Okay, so let's start with the first book, The Atomic Habits. Let me read out the caption of this book. Tiny changes, remarkable results. Atomic Habits, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. It's an operating manual to break the bad habits, like helping you to quit smoking, and to build good ones like exercising, reading, etc. So what is Atomic Habits? It is those changes that seem very small, unimportant, but compounds into a remarkable result at the end. Sounds cliche, but still it works. Those tiny changes really gives you a remarkable result at the end. Before I speak about the habit loop, which is mentioned widely in this book, let me tell you something that is very much contradicting to some other books, and that is focus in the process and not the goal. A lot of people run behind setting up goals, but they forget that there is a process to reach there, which is the most important factor. The best way to understand this is winners and losers have the same goals. Then what made winners winners? Let's take the example of a competition. A lot of people participate in the competition with the same goal, that they want to win the competition. But the winner did something different from the rest of them, which is the reason why he or she won it. So what is that? That is a process which we should be taking care of and giving more significance to. We need to remember that we are not born with beliefs. Every belief that you have is learned or otherwise conditioned through experience. Now, what is a habit? A habit is a behavior that has been repeated enough times to become automatic. Now let's speak about the habit loop. All our habits have a cue, craving, response, and reward. Let's speak about cues first, which are nothing but signals. Trigger good habits more often and discourage bad ones. With enough practice, your brain will pick up on the cues that predict certain outcomes without consciously thinking about it. Now, cravings connect good habits with enjoyment. Responses make positive habits easier to do and bad ones harder. Rewards immediately reinforce good habits and punish bad ones. You can read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear if you want to know more about the habit loop. It's a very easy to read book, but at the same time I felt it quite boring. Like at one stretch you cannot complete reading it, but it's very useful. Now let's go to that one book which is going to assist you to inculcate one particular exclusive habit. The habit of waking up early in the morning, which indirectly helps you to build other strong good habits, because you become proactive if you wake up early rather than being reactive. Because you wake up early, you think and action before the rest of the people in the world even wake up. The 5 AM Revolution. Let me read the caption of this book. Why high achievers wake up early and how you can do it too. Firstly, let me tell you that I do not wake up at 5 AM. Because of the constraint of job hours. I work in the EMEA shift, and sleep is very important as well, which is also mentioned in this book. But still I recommend this book to you. Still I love a lot of points mentioned in this book, and I've taken a lot of points and I'm inculcating a lot of things mentioned in this book. So I'm explaining about those to you. The first pointer that I grabbed from this book is the world's best breakfast. I will share my experience and how effective that best breakfast was on me after a couple of weeks in the video's comment section and description box, because definitely it requires some time to give you the feedback as the body needs to first understand whether it really worked or well, and which will definitely require a couple of weeks time. Okay, so stay tuned in the comment section and description box to know further about my experience on how the world's best breakfast was, whether it worked or not for me. The second pointer is an answer to the question that I have been asked quite a few times. Don't you do anything else apart from reading? How do you get so much of time to read? The answer is great things can be achieved without sacrificing health, relationships and one's own soul. You just need the will to do it. Another thing which I really loved about this book is that this book gave me the knowledge of some good, cool gadgets, websites, apps which will help you develop good habits. And I was not aware of a lot of products or websites, apps which the author had mentioned in this book. I will share the links in the description box of these products, and also will share the details as in what this product is used for, so that you can also check out and let me know if you were aware of these products or not. The book is divided into 4 parts. The first part is about time-tested conditions and strategies you can use to achieve your best sleep possible. It includes starting with the bedroom and continuing with evening routine, as well as techniques to make you fall asleep easier. The second part is about the morning ritual. You will get all the ins and outs regarding why you need to be high on energy, clarity and confidence from the first hour in the morning. The third part is about waking up at 5 a.m. and also about how to wake up at 5 a.m., why you need to wake up at 5 a.m. 50 reasons of why you need to wake up at 5 a.m. is being told in this book. You also get concrete steps to work on during the day so that you wake up more easily in the morning. The fourth section is an 8-week system that will take you from where you are and get you to a superhero schedule that includes all the strategies from the first 3 parts. So the worksheet looks like this in week 1, and by the time you reach week 8, you can see a lot of additional steps that you would be completing. So from week 1 to week 8, it's a gradual change but an effective one. This book mentions rituals of 12 busy, productive entrepreneurs who definitely wake up early, and majority of them follow steps mentioned in week 8 of the worksheet that you can see. Next book that gives us some great techniques to adopt in order to gain some wonderful habits is the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This book's caption is Powerful Lessons in Personal Change. Though majority of the principles mentioned in this book is similar to Atomic Habits, there are a few which are different, and I personally could reflect more with the Atomic Habits principles. But if you want to know how to develop habits and stick on to good habits related to professional life, then it's better to pick the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. But if you're just looking for personal habits, like for your personal life, habits to develop within your personal life, Atomic Habits is better. So let's see what are the 7 habits that the author Covey is speaking about. The first one is be proactive, which we also discussed in the 5 a.m. revolution, and it's the same here as well, that you need to act before one even thinks about it. The second one is begin with the end in mind. You are the programmer. Before one acts, one should act in one's mind first. Before creating something, measure twice. Do not just act. Think first. Is this how I want it to be? And these are the correct consequences of it or not? The third habit, the one which I loved the most in this book and I have inculcated in my life as well, and that is put first things first. That is how to prioritize things in life. So the author has helped with a diagram that you can see here. It's a matrix. So quadrant 1 says, if the piece of work is urgent as well as important, then just do it, execute it. But if it's not urgent but still it is important, then you plan about it. Now, it is urgent, but it's not important. Then delegate the work. That's where you become a leader. And the last point is, it's not urgent. At the same time, it's not important as well. Then just don't do it. Just eliminate it. These 4 parts, in fact, really, it is so useful. I felt it so useful, and as I've told you before, I've taken it into my life, and this is really going to help us in our professional life as well very much. The next habit is think win-win. So it's about the team collaboration, so that it's not just your win, but the team or the second person's win as well. So you win, the rest of the team members also win. It's a proper teamwork. The next habit is seek first to understand and then to be understood. So basically, it's use empathetic listening to genuinely understand a person or your team. So just don't respond because you have to respond, but understand and then respond. The next habit is synergize. That is combining the strengths of people through positive teamwork so as to achieve goals that no one could have done alone. And the last habit is sharpen the saw. And this one we've already explained, like we've discussed about this like quite a number of times, especially in the book Who Moved My Cheese. It change is constant. So keep growing, keep updating, and appreciate changes. Hopefully you have got at least one point to work upon which you can bring into your life to develop some great habits or stick on to some great habits. Until we meet next time, this is Nivea signing off. Keep reading a lot of books. Bye. Take care. Happy reading.